Stern interviewed him. It was absolutely great. Anyway, anything with the late great Jay Thomas.
How about more cocaine here on Howard 101? Jay Thomas was a wild animal. I believe it was last week we played Jay Thomas talking about how he was fucking this chick he used to work with at one of his radio stations early on in his career. So more party animal Jay Thomas. Here's Jay Thomas talking about his party days.
Well, I'm going to tell you, and I'll leave after this, but
get out of here.
When I was at 99X, right. I get to New York, and I was in North Carolina, and I get to 99X, and I had success right away because I was making fun of everybody, and ABC was awful, and it was a good show. It was a terrible market, and I'm making fun of everybody. So one night I go out to my buddy Tony Conza, and he owns Blimpie, the Blimpie company, and he's got a giant apartment and money, and he's got a girlfriend from New Orleans that I know, and we go to this thing, and I go, God, you know, I gotta leave because I gotta get up and do my radio show in the morning. He says, no, we're gonna go to this club tonight. Stay out with us. I go, no, I can't. He goes, look, do a hit of coke and it'll keep you awake. So I say, what will it feel like? He goes, it'll just keep you awake. So they lay out the coke, you know, and I snort the coke, and we go to this club, and there was a woman who was in town from Michigan with her mother, and it was her last fling before she was getting married. So I'm dancing with her and the mother and the whole thing. The mother goes to bed. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
No, this is your problem. You know too many people.
I go back in the bathroom. The guy says, how do you feel? I feel great. Here's another hit of coke. Boom. I take her back to my apartment. We bang all night long. 4 o'clock in the morning, I jump up. I take a shower. I'm wide awake. I get to the station. 5 o'clock, I'm looking at the news, doing the whole thing. Get on the air at 6, and I begin to crash. And I cannot stay awake. I can't do anything. So some records are playing, and in a shroud in front of me is an engineer. Did you ever work with an engineer?
Yes.
And they had no interest in the show, the sound effects, whatever.
They could have cared less.
And you'd press a button, and they were like Pavlov's dog, and then they would hit a thing, right?
Right.
This guy, John, who had been an air conditioning repairman and became a radio engineer, I go into him, and the record's playing. I go, John, I don't know you. I've only been here a couple of months. Can I share something with you? And he says, what is it? I said, I've done cocaine. And he goes, what, just now? I went, no, last night. And I'm crashing like a jet, man. I don't know what to do. He goes, do you have any more on you? I said, no, I don't. He says, can you get some? I said, yes, I can. He goes, if you get me some coke after the show, we taped from 6 to 7. We taped that hour.
Right.
I slept at 7 o'clock, and he reran. To 9 back live again, and we were friends forever. And you know,
that's what did in your radio career. You knew too many people. You have too many outside interests. You have too much fun.
Maybe.
You are too much of a party guy. You are too relaxed. I would never do that. I would never even go out on a night where I had to work the radio show the next day. I couldn't do it.
Sternthology live. Let's keep it moving, Bobby, with the next request.
Hello. This is Katie from Wisconsin, and I'd like to hear Robin sing Eric Clapton's Cocaine. My sister and I work in a bakery early mornings, and we love listening to Howard, and hearing Robin sing makes her laugh so hard, but she's never heard the infamous Robin singing Cocaine, so I would love to hear it and love to have her hear it as well. So thank you so much, and bye for now.
Katie, you work in a bakery, so you know about the powder, except yours is more flour than it is cocaine. From a distance, to the untrained eye. More cocaine, hot mics get you in trouble. When it comes to the Stern Show, Mike Walker's legendary fart tape. I've even been caught on a hot mic before. Thankfully, I've never said anything crazy. But you gotta assume that if the microphone is in front of you, that more than the people you want to hear will hear. So here is Robin getting caught with a hot mic singing Eric Clapton's Cocaine.
Gary came in and he told me the TV guys, for some reason, you were singing to Cocaine and you were going berserk in there.
Oh, no, they found it?
So I said,
damn.
Why you would just say to Cocaine, the song they played
I know,
this
but
morning?
I do that in here because I know it can't be recorded.
Well,
they got it?
Yeah, I said to Gary, I only give Robin the option whether she wants to play that on the air or not. I know you're sensitive for some reason about your singing. Is that true?
I am very sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm never over that.
Yeah. I have to protect Robin. I need her up and peppy.
There was something weird going on. Nobody knows because nobody else heard it, but the TV guys, for some reason, were getting Robin's microphone because I think they're like separate feeds.
I don't know. It must be a separate feed. I want to hear it if you're up for it.
I'll listen to it, but those performances will never be happening again.
Yeah, you better. I never sing in here. I don't know why you are singing. Where is it? Let me hear it.
I wasn't even paying attention. I was just having fun.
Gary said you were on key, though.
I thought you. I thought it was cute. It wasn't like it's not like you're wailing away.
Where is it? I want to hear
I think it's Gary page 1 now. I already forgot.
Let me see what you're doing in there. You're having a party. I wish I could be this happy at work. Why are you so happy?
Cocaine. See, now you're not hearing the music.
It's better this way.
Down to the ground, cocaine. She don't lie, she don't lie. Cocaine.
You're going on American Idol.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. It's cocaine.
You, ever since you did that drum.
And you wanna run on cocaine.
Well, you're not down. You sound better here than you do in other attempts.
Cocaine.
Look at the party. I'm not having any fun.
Oh my God.
You enjoy coming to work.
Cocaine.
What is this cocaine? That's the part.
No, I told you I was just having fun. I wasn't even paying attention. Cocaine.
You're on key at least. You've gotten better.
Down to the ground, cocaine. She don't lie, she don't lie. Cocaine, cocaine,
Cocaine.
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 It's cocaine.
It's cocaine.
And you wanna run on cocaine.
Cocaine. Cocaine. All right. I like the finger snap. You know, I don't have any of this fun at work.
Well, I'm not gonna have any fun anymore.
Well,
Oh.
listen, live it up. Why not?
Goodness. No, I was just, and I even remember when I was changing the name of cocaine. I was like, what am I doing?
Cocaine. Cocaine up.
What am I doing? I wasn't even paying. I was just in the moment. I was
You're not even
like,
true to the words.
carrying on.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. Cocaine. Diano.
Oh.
Well, Robin, can you pull yourself together to do the news, or?
Cocaine. Down to the ground, cocaine.
Oh, that's even the words?
Yeah.
They are? I don't even know.
Oh my goodness. And you're minding my own business,
Good for you.
going over the news while I sing.
You're a real artist.
Sternthology. Live.
833 Stern Show, first call of the day, Mike in Ohio. How you doing, buddy? We don't have anything special for that. You know, it's funny, we had a meeting today, too. It's so timely you said that. We were like, should we come up with imaging for someone that, when they say they're a second-time caller? You're the first person who's ever said second-time caller. And we were like, we don't need it, but we should have built the imaging. How funny is that? Well, how about this? How about you call the next time you call back? We'll have a third-time caller one. How about that? There it is. There it is. What's up, man? play you some Gilbert Gottfried. We have to look up the Gilbert prison prank call, but maybe we'll get that on a future episode of Stern Theology Live for you. But I can play you some Gilbert doing Groucho Marx. How about that?
Oh, love it.
Awesome.
Gilbert was one of the best people that was ever on Stern Show.
Yeah, and he was on the show a ton. Super funny guy, really witty, very quick. Good hearing from you, Mike. Remember, let us know when you're a third-time caller, and we'll have something special for you. All right?
I definitely will. Have a good weekend, and tell everybody that Happy New Year.
I will. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. We'll take this to break. 833 Stern Show. When we come back, 2 more segments on a Friday, and I think we have exhausted the cocaine content, but you never know. Anything.
When I was in a hospital, that's when I was through my old Groucho period.
Right. He was so...
He was giving up show business.
I swear Gilbert told me, he goes, I'm going to give up show business. What is the point?
I'm going to help starving children.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know the point anymore. Even if I do get better, what am I really doing with my life? I went, oh, yeah, right.
I actually, when I was there, I sounded like the senile Groucho.
Yeah, you did.
You know, when I worked with Harpo, we were doing, I think it was the Day of the Circus. And Harpo would play the harp. That's why we would call him Harpo.
I used to watch those shows when Groucho was around, because I loved the Marx Brothers.
With the beret.
And they'd say, like, tonight on Dick Cavett,
oh, those
Groucho Marx.
Yes.
And you get all excited because Groucho was going to come out, and you expect that really funny guy to come out.
Or the guy from You Bet Your Life, anything.
Then this old guy in a beret, way too skinny, would walk out, and he could barely walk. And he still had, like, he sort of looked a little like Groucho.
He could give you that look.
Yeah, and he sounded a little like Groucho.
Teeny mustache.
Yeah, and like Dick Cavett was ready to catch him in case he fell. And everyone's kissing his ass. And then Groucho would feel real good and go into long, boring stories. And he'd be like almost senile.
So we worked in Kansas. And I was staying in a room with Sicko.
And
Zeppo would later show up.
Cavett knew nothing about interrupting.
Wore a hat. And hats were what you wore back then when your head was cold.
And Cavett would be like, Cavett would let him go way too long, because Cavett doesn't interrupt anyway. You know, he's like an intellectual.
He just lets him go on.
And he loves to fawn over Groucho because he wants to have a personal relationship with Groucho. And it's a big coup to get Groucho to come out of his stupid retirement home, you know, and do a television show. So Cavett would devote the whole hour to him.
And you'd have an hour of that?
Yeah, it'd be insufferable.
And then they used to, on other shows, they would like have like obviously prepared questions that he could do a funny answer to.
Like, what do you mean?
You know, like they would go, Groucho, do you ever go fishing?
Well, that sounds awfully fishy to me.
Oh, he's quicker than ever.
Right, it would take him an hour to get that sentence out.
So, Groucho, do you ever like eating walnuts?
No, they drive me nuts.
Oh, boy, he just thought of that on his own.
Wow.
What a retort.
You know, Groucho, you're just as sharp as ever, really.
Why am I sharp? I'm not attacked.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, he just thought of that.
You got a mind like a rocket ship.
And then the host would have to...
It's pretty spacey.
Yeah, thank you.
And then the host would have to laugh way too hard.
Oh,
yeah.
Wasn't funny.
They'd be feeling, nuts.
Yeah, slapping their knees and everything.
Yeah, that's Groucho.
You're killing me.
You're nuts. And then Groucho would always get up to go to the piano to sing one of his songs.
I once knew a woman who couldn't spell cats. Her face was as ugly as sin's. In winter she always wore last summer's hat, and her size 11 shoe was a pinch.
And then when he started to lose his voice, that's when it got deeper.
Right.
You know.
Hello, how's that woman could cook?
A lot of those old vulnerable guys, like George Burns would love to sing on
George
shows.
Burns would always make
I'd
you
love to
beg
go to
him.
roast there.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to roast there for roast fed way. Roast time, one time beers. I'd love to go to Daisy Potatoes Hotel, but we just like to whisper in your ear.
Sternthology. Live.
Howard Stern's tribute to David Bowie. 10 years gone.
Rest in peace, David Bowie. I love you.
Starts tonight on Howard 101.
Last year, over 2 million people called Morgan & Morgan, and they're...
I had kind of pushed back and forth on the guy.
Sure.
He did. Yeah. Interesting woman. Robbie, you don't have to do every noise you made. I didn't ask for that. Easy. All right, Robin wants a minute to reenact what she would do. Let me just say one last thing, Robin. Please stop. Please, Robin, stop. Howard, my audience cannot get enough of Tan Mom on Ice.
Oh, boy.
Is there anything better than this? Unbelievable. Tan Mom is the #1 whack packer by far. Totally delusional and best comic relief. Tan Mom on Ice, 4 words that I never thought I'd hear, but now that I have, my life is complete. I hope you guys checked out our clips that we put up also on social media of Tan Mom being pushed around on the ice by those guys.
By the way, Howard, I wanted to ask you, Tan Mom imagines that everything she sees is a reaction to her.
Yes.
Because we mentioned, she mentioned that Beth started wearing a cowboy hat because she's there.
Yes. Oh my God. I told Beth this morning. I said, you're like on Tan Mom's radar. She goes, what do you mean? And I told her Tan Mom is accusing Beth of ripping off her look. That everything Tan Mom does, Beth does the next day, even a cowboy hat. She goes, when was I wearing a cowboy hat? I said, I don't know, but Tan Mom's got it in for you. And
I don't know how you get off her radar. I mean, now that she's
found real quick, because Nikki's coming in any second, but I got to play this for you. I think this is her again. Chris said to her, you got a final message, Tan Mom, from the fans? And I think she started ragging on Beth again about it.
Oh my.
What are your final parting messages to your fans and to Howard?
I flew out here and you don't know what I went through with the plane flight, the delays, taking a bus, taking a train. What disappointed me was that Howard didn't show up, and we all know that Beth tries to control him. And it's a really bad idea because a man will not stay with someone like that. And then I wear an outfit, and a little while later, she puts the same exact outfit. Don't tell me, ooh, this is not a mistake. I think you're pretty, but I also think stop controlling Howard. If he wants to go to my show, he can go. I don't care who's married or not. When I say something and things aren't done right, it's a nightmare. Period.
Nice.
Yeah, well, they were... There is the confessional we've